And now to get you the latest from Ground Zero, we have with us Yogesh Sheetal, who is joining us from West Maharashtra, and we also have with us Akshay Dongre, who is joining us from Bhopal. A very good morning to both of you. First of all, Yogesh, I would like to come to you. How is the election fever gripping up there in Maharashtra as we are just few hours away from the silent period, Yogesh?
Right. We know the temperature exceptionally high in Western Maharashtra, Marathwada and Konkan region, all three pockets of Maharashtra where the polling is to be held on 7th of May. So at this point in time, the campaigning is at its peak currently. We have seen recently also the Amit Shah visited Kolhapur. He visited Kolhapur Mahalakshmi temple, one of the famous temples also in Kolhapur, and visited Sangli and all the pockets. In fact, all the star campaigners are just campaigning. They are just, trying all the way, all their best and leaving no stone unturned to convince the voters, not only BJP, also the two regional parties, NCP, both the factions of NCP, both the factions of Shiv Sena also. Coming to the key candidates and key seats coming to this phase particularly, we know that Baramati is one of the key seats, we can say the hot seats at this point in time, because the Pawars are basically all the two factions of Sharad Pawar, of the Pawar family, Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar. Both are in fact proxy facing, because Sharad Pawar's daughter, three-time MPs from Baramati, Supriya Sule is contesting from there, and Sunitra Pawar, the wife of Ajit Pawar, is contesting. So that is also important. At the same time, two descendants of royal family, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj family, Shahu Chhatrapati and also Udyan Raje Bhosle, these are contesting from Kolhapur and Satara respectively. Apart from these, coming to key figures, we know that all the pockets basically, just talking about Western Maharashtra comprehensively, this is basically sugar belt, and it's one of the key sectors in India where cooperative sector is quite strong. And recently we have seen that how cooperative ministry, a dedicated ministry to cooperative sector, was set up by the center. So that is also one of the major issues here, all the pertaining issues of cooperative, and also the other issues of Marathwada region, like two constituencies of Marathwada, Usmanabad and Latur. Two constituencies of Marathwada, Western Marathwada is also going to poll in this region. In Konkan, we know that in Ratnagiri, Sindhudurg, one constituency, and Raigad is another constituency. These two constituencies, the Konkan issues of Konkan, because BJP is trying to infiltrate Konkan region. Konkan has been the bastion of Shiv Sena, but this is the first time BJP has fielded Narayan Rane, the BJP candidate. This is the first time. So Konkan is also going to make some important, result at this point in time. So coming comprehensively in all three pockets, yes, preparations are at its peak. We have to wait by today, because the campaigning is going to end by today, and all the adequate elements are put in place by the commission, by the district administration, considering the exceptionally high temperature, climate, and hope for the best in this phase. Yeah,
and coming to you, Akshay, when we talk about the preparations, how are the preparations, especially by the election commission, going on there? Because we are just few hours away, and then we would have the silent period being observed in an activated mode. Akshay.
Well, Deepika, if you look at the last polling that took place on the phase 2 in the state of Madhya Pradesh, the approximate polling percentage trend was not very motivating for neither the political parties nor the Election Commission of India, because if we look at the polling percentage, it was somewhere around 58.5%. That is in fact lower than the state of Bihar. And there is only one state that has gone lower in the phase 2, that is the state of Uttar Pradesh, which polled about 55% of polling took place. So polling percentage in Madhya Pradesh will remain a key concern for the Election Commission of India. Ever since the phase 2 polling trends came in, after the polling ended, the Election Commission of India in fact has restarted their push to ask youth to come out and vote. They have been going on with their campaigns to motivate people to come out and cast their ballot. However, this time around, different from the last polling, the polling day is not near a weekend. So there is high likelihood that people, especially in the urban areas like Bhopal and like other cities of Madhya Pradesh, where the polling will take place, people will not in fact go out of the cities, because many a times it has been observed that during long weekends, people usually take voting day as a day off. club it with the week offs, and then they go for a tourist destination, given the fact that it's quite the temperatures are quite high here in the state of Madhya Pradesh right now, especially in the cities and constituencies like Vidisha, like Rajgarh, in Bhopal as well. So this time around, since the polling day is on a Tuesday in the middle of a week, it is likely that the polling percentage will rise. But the Election Commission of India is not only dependent on that, they are further pushing for the election, for people to come out and cast their ballots. Besides that, the political parties have also started to mobilize their cadre, their workers and candidates to ensure that polling remains high as far as the people of Madhya Pradesh are concerned.
Coming back to you, Yogesh, when you told us about the factions, you told us about the party and the combination that we are witnessing over there. But tell us about the pulse of the voters there. What is that suggesting, Yogesh?
See, it's a very important question, I think, because the pulse of the voter is something everyone, all the parties and all the experts are trying to, just Google it, because what we have been witnessing here, particularly in these regions, in Konkan region as well as in Western. See, since the sympathy wave is very silent and it will play a very decisive role, we can say, because the sympathy wave can sweep away all the narratives that have been set up by the parties, whether it is the Shiv Sena's Eknath Shinde faction or Shiv Sena's Uddhav Thackeray faction, whether it is Sharad Pawar's faction of NCA or NCP led by Ajit Pawar. So the sympathy wave is something very important in these regions, because recently what we had seen in 2022, we had seen that how split in Shiv Sena, later on we had seen how split in NCP, and both regional parties are quite strong. Many of the constituencies, many of the pockets are their bastion and their holds, because if you see Marathwada was never under British rule. We know Marathwada was under Nizam rule, and after Nizam there was Congress hold, and after Congress bastion, since the emergence of Balasaheb Thackeray, we had seen a lot of support for Balasaheb Thackeray, and especially I would like to emphatic on that word, that Maratha, Maratha stronghold, because we had seen Maratha protest also in these regions. So what would be the exact scene, what would be the exact result will not only be heard in these regions, but also the echo will be heard in Maharashtra overall, because the lineup, because the Maharashtra Assembly election is also lined up by the end this year. So all these regional parties, you can see regional parties will definitely try their best, are trying their best to ensure a good bargaining power for the Maharashtra Assembly election also. So this is a neck-to-neck contest. We can say this is an acid test, this is a litmus test for the regional parties basically, because BJP has a lot of things to say, but coming to NCP and coming to Shiv Sena, their split will definitely make the different dots have been created, and to connect all the dots, all the parties are trying their best to secure that their narratives are set, and they could convince the voters, the last voters at the very last hour, because we know that the final, the announcement, basically campaigning is going to be end by the late of today's evening.
Right, and Akshay, when we talk about Bhopal, how is the enthusiasm there among the voters, and especially the youth category?
Well, it seems that the youth is quite excited about casting their ballot, and especially the first-time voters. We can expect first-time voters to come out in huge numbers to cast their ballot, to cast their vote, to ensure that their voice is also heard. There are a lot of youth-centric issues as well in cities like Bhopal, where people have been expecting more from their governments. Youth especially has been quite ambitious as far as the cities are concerned, the smart city projects are concerned, and given the fact this is a national election, the people are quite enthusiastic about casting their ballot and seeing their candidate win. The political parties, however, on the other hand, are trying to give one last push to the campaigning. The campaignings are taking place till late at night and starting early in the morning, and this is not just happening in cities like Bhopal. The leaders are trying to ensure that they go to each and every region of the state. For example, we also have tribal constituencies in Madhya Pradesh. We have tribal regions. We have have regions that are dominated by farmers. We have small villages, we have big villages, we have semi-urban areas. So the aim of the leaders here right now is to reach out to each and every constituency, each and every area, each and every at least reach out to their cadre who are in fact working day and night, who are working round the clock to ensure victory for their political parties. So not a lot of time left now, about 7 to 8 hours left for the campaigning to end. So one last push has been given by all the political parties, be it on social media front or be it out on the streets, reaching out to the voters and cadres of the respective political parties.
Indeed.
Deepika?
Thank you so much, Akshay Dongre, and thank you so much, Yogesh Sheetal, for joining us and bringing us up to speed with the latest from Ground Zero. Moving on.